Hey, Rabbi Josh here, and today we're all home on a Friday because pandemic parenting.
Hi, I'm Arizona. Hi, I'm Amaya.
All right, guys. So now you know that Amari really does have that older brother we talked about in the video a couple weeks ago. And we do, in fact, continue with that theme of siblings this week. Except this week, the sibling rivalry between Jacob and Esav comes to a pretty happy conclusion. They are reunited after a long cooling off period. Jacob is super worried about how it's going to go. He makes a lot of preparations, and in the end, it goes surprisingly well. But really, Jacob's whole life has been defined with conflict. First with his sibling, his twin brother Esav, then with his father-in-law Lavan, and the conflict just goes on and on for Jacob. In fact, he seems to become who he is through conflict. And at the very beginning of this week's Parsha, Jacob has another sort of conflict. He wrestles with some kind of human/divine being, maybe a messenger of God, maybe somehow a representation of the divine. It's really mysterious. He has this nighttime wrestling match during which he gets a blessing and he changes his name. He gets a new name. He gets named Yisrael, Israel, which becomes the name of all his descendants, that is, us. Why is he named Yisrael in this sort of human divine wrestling match? Because, says this divine messenger who's wrestling with him, you, Jacob, have struggled with beings human and divine and have prevailed. So that's what Yisrael means, God wrestler. And that's what we are, the children of Israel, the Jewish people. We are the God wrestlers. So Jacob's whole life is defined by conflict, including this sort of divine conflict that comes to define us. And that's how he becomes who he is. That's how he gets named Yisrael. What I want to lift up from this is that sometimes conflict is what defines us. Sometimes we become who we are through the tough stuff, through the wrestling matches of life. Sometimes that's what it takes. So you're coming into finals here for those who are in school. All of us are living through rough times, no matter whether we're in school or work or what's going on. We're all sharing some tough times, some wrestling these days. Sometimes we need a refuge from it. Sometimes it just is what it is, and we gotta look to see what kind of blessing we can extract from it, how it is making us into the people we're meant to become. With that, Shabbat Shalom. I wish you a break from your struggles and all your wrestling. But if you can't get a break, at least find some purpose in it and see what you can get out of it. Shabbat Shalom. Say bye, guys.
Bye. Bye. Bye.
All right, Shabbat Shalom.